you guys, what's up? My name is Vanessa. I'm making this video because I wanted to share my story of how I lost my vision approximately 10 years ago. September 13 and 14 are the days that everything went down. So here it goes. So it started, I forgot to ask my dad for some dates, but it was September 7th. It was Labor Day, and I was on my computer, and my dad just says good morning, and he went to go cut the grass like normal. And then all of a sudden my mom comes downstairs and she says, "Did he tell you?" And I'm like, tell me what? Sorry, they're doing the roof over there, whatever. I hope it rains tomorrow. I hope it goes, whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna continue. So, my mom goes, "Did he tell you?" And I'm like, "Tell me what?" And he's like, she was like, his mom just died. And I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't know, because he was so nonchalant about it, you know, but, you know, he was just wanted to keep busy and cut the grass. But he was cutting the grass because they bought tickets to leave the following day or that night to Puerto Rico. So I stayed because I had to, you know, work, and I also thought 2 weeks without my parents, what's up? Like, I'm a party, you know? But, and I mean, I kind of did. You know, I did work and stuff like that, but I also did go out with one of my best friends. I'm not gonna really say her name because I'm trying to, like, you know, put people's names out there without even them wanting to. So I went out on Friday, and there was another party on Saturday, and my right eye was bothering me, and I was just like, oh, this is weird. And I kept having a headache around here. And I was like, oh, these allergies drive me crazy here, because allergies are really bad here. But I kept going like this because it was kind of just like a irking pain. And so my friend, who is a nurse, she was like, you can't mess with that. You need to go check that out. And I was like, okay, you know, whatever. My right eye kept getting blurry and blurry. And then, you know, I was just having a good time that weekend, honestly, with my friends. And I did drive. That was a mistake because it was getting really bad. So Sunday I wake up, there it goes. I was home alone, and I wake up all of a sudden, and it is pitch black on my right eye, and I freak out. I'm literally going like this, and I'm going like this in the mirror, and I start to cry, and I call my cousin Veronica, and I said, "You need to come, please. It's an emergency, like I gotta go." And I'm crying, and the last thing I do is I take a shower, I feed my dog Bori, her name was Boricua, and I leave. I go to the ER, and I'm there for hours, and they do what did they do? They did an eye pressure check, they did a CT scan. My cousin went to go change because she was there for a minute. And so then all of a sudden my tia comes, and she's the one that's, you know, taking care of me now. And because Veronica had responsibilities, you know, she had to go do some stuff. And all of a sudden, you know, my mom calls me. She's like, "Hi, like, you know, where are you at?" And I'm like, well, and then I tell her, and she's calm, like nothing. And so my tia talks to her. She's like, "Oh, you know, I'll let you know if anything happens, sis. You know, if anything goes down, you know, we'll let you know, whatever." And so they're just doing test after test that day, and I sleep over like it's, I stay overnight at the hospital, and it's getting worse. I stay at the hospital by myself, and then Monday they just keep doing tests on me. My family's here, all the noise, you know, but I had to do this video. So yeah, so whatchamacallit, so they do testing on me, and then all of a sudden, you guys, they do a spinal tap. Let me just tell you, that is the worst pain ever. Oh my gosh, I had to roll up like a ball and big old long needle through your spine. Oh, I saw the light. You know, that was hard. There was a lot of pain. So all of a sudden, my cousin comes to the hospital to visit me from work, and I tell her, I'm like, turn on the light, and she's like, it is on, and that's when I freak out. I'm losing my vision on my other eye, and I start panicking really bad. The nurses come in, and you know, they immediately give me an anti-anxiety pill. That was the first time I ever had that pill. Let me just tell you, it was nice. And yeah, that's when my tia called my mother and said, you need to get here, it's bad. Because they're telling me that I have this or I have that. They didn't know what I have. I wasn't diagnosed yet. So, and man, all of a sudden, that night, I could see a little bit of the light of the door right in front of me. It was, I'm telling you, man, just thinking about it just gives me so anxiety, you know what I mean? But then it went pitch black, like, throughout the night. And I remember I didn't want to call my mom because I didn't want her to hear how bad it was for me, you know, my emotional state. So I called my dad on his cell phone, and I was like, please, I'm like, I can't see no more. You know, I can't, oh, okay. I was like, I can't see no more. I'm like, please help me, you know, help me. I'm scared. And he's crying because my mom is looking for airline tickets to come as soon as possible. They were not even there a week. They were supposed to be there 2 weeks. You know, they already had the funeral services. They already buried her. They were supposed to handle some, you know, papers and, you know, the title of the house and stuff like that, because, you know, my dad is the owner of those houses now, and, you know, but he didn't care. They didn't care. They just came to me immediately. They were literally there by my side Tuesday night, and it was already, you know, bad. I was already completely blind. And one thing that I did is that I kept having my eyes closed, because I controlled that, if you know what I mean. I didn't want to open up my eyes to know for a fact that I was completely blind. So I was there for like about a week. And again, the doctors didn't know what I had, but when my dad called Puerto Rico, there was a friend of the family who is a doctor, general practice, and my dad gave him like all my symptoms, and he was like, we know what she has. And I have something called pseudotumor cerebral, whatever. It's these medical terms that I don't know. All I know is that I went blind, okay? I don't care. Pseudo this, pseudo that, I don't care. I went blind. So that's exactly what I have. And what that is that it means that the liquid in my spine, it builds up in your head, and you're supposed to it's supposed to run its course, if you know what I mean. You go to the restroom, but mine was building up in my head, and that's why all the headaches were coming from. So my optic nerves were basically damaged. It's almost like when you put a rubber band around your finger and you just squeeze the living thing out of it, and it turns purple, and if you leave it there long enough, it will, fall off, you know. But, you know, my optic nerves were damaged, and once that happens, I mean, it's too late, you know what I mean. But so I had a neurologist there. I'm not gonna say what hospital because I think she's still there, and I'm not really trying to call her out, but she was a bad doctor. First of all, she came super late, and I was like, am I gonna get my vision back, you know? And she was like, oh yeah, because it was something that I guess happens a lot. And all of a sudden she comes in and she's like, you need a blood transfusion, because my hemoglobin was at 7, and I guess a female normal is supposed to be 14. I said, no, I don't do that. And I told her the reasons why, you know. I told her because of my religion and stuff like that. And she was like, you can't think about your religion right now. You're dying. And I'm like, and I was thinking, first of all, who says that? Okay. I'm not gonna take your advice, person that I just met. I don't care what you are, honestly. You know what I mean? My loyalty is always no blood transfusion. You know what I mean? So I was freaked out because I thought they were gonna force it in me, and I was like, no. And I called one of my friends, and because I knew she would be up that late, it was like midnight already, and yeah, they came to my rescue and they did what they had to do, medically wise. And I think the following day, yeah, I went up like 1 or 2 up. And so that happened, and like I said, then my parents were there by my side, and man, it was pretty scary. I kept doing like eye exams and stuff like that, and that was kind of annoying because they're just like, no, look straight, and I'm just like, you didn't hear the news or what? I'm like, hello, I'm blind. Look where, baboso. You know what I mean? So I was just like, whatever. So anyway, so yeah, then I leave home. I think I was there for like about 7-8 days, and I leave Friday, and the following day I go to UC. I almost said it, but there's a lot of hospitals with that. So I go to a different hospital, and they needed to put a shunt in my head. So yes, my head got shaved, just like, and I guess opened, and they put a shunt in there, which is like a little tube that goes all the way down my neck and down my chest and my stomach. And you know, it was my first surgery. It was horrible because I was pale, like, you know, they told me I was super pale, and I kept gagging. I didn't have nothing in my stomach, you know, you can't eat during surgery and stuff like that, but you know, yeah, and after that, that was it. You know what I mean? It's been a rough road. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is straight up, you know, I had suicidal thoughts, and it's crazy where your mind goes when you are in trauma. And I was in so much in shock that my nails turned gray, I heard, and like there's like dents in my fingers. Other consequences that my body went through, you know, but those are stories for another time. But my body literally stopped functioning with all the trauma. I didn't take care of my body before all this happened. A couple of things that I didn't mention, and this is why I guess I'm a little bit scared to, I guess, diet. Like I said, I mean, I'm just gonna put myself out there, but I dieted very bad before I lost my vision. My child in the back. But my parents didn't live with me in the house. I lived there alone for a while. So they didn't know how bad I was treating my body, but I barely ate. Almost nothing. I don't know if you guys know those vegetable trays. That's all I would eat. I would eat a little bit, and I would just drink coffee. And I started noticing, yeah, the weight was dropping. I would work out 3 to 4 hours a day, and man, it was at that moment it was cool, you know, and a pound and a half a day, and it was like, oh, it was almost addicting, but I wasn't eating, and I literally felt just hair coming off, like, you know what I mean? It was crazy, you know. And you know, don't do that, you guys. Don't eat healthy, you know what I mean? And that's why I guess it's hard for me to diet, because I'm scared of what else is gonna happen to me, you know. But
so do you think the dietary choices that you made contributed to?
Oh yeah, big time. I feel like if my immune system was healthy enough, I think it would have fought my optic nerves and to fight it harder, because when the doctor said, oh yeah, you'll get it back, it seemed like it was something that happens all the time. But the thing is, they didn't know that my immune system was all messed up. I mean, I was pale, you guys. I mean, pale. I was white to the whitest, and I was just like, oh, that's my color, you know. But no, that wasn't my color. My hemoglobin was so low, so it was trying to fight everything else. My white blood cells were out of whack, you know. And of course I regret it, you know what I mean? But you know, it's I guess a lesson learned. But you know what, it's been 10 years, and it's almost like nothing now. You know, those suicidal thoughts that I had, I stopped them because I did tell my mother, like, I have to, I can't do this. I would cry every day, I would sleep all day, you know what I mean? And man, at that time, unfortunately, you know, my family knew these two young kids around my age that had two really bad accidents. They were in their 20s and they both died, you know, and, you know, and I was thinking, why not me? Why can't I die? Like, why am I living this, you know? And I told my mom, please just let me die. Like, please, Mom. Like, I would literally beg her, please, just let me go. Like, I can't do this, Mom. And she had some, you know, she did tell me a couple of things. I'm not gonna really like say what she said because that's really personal. But you know, she told me like, no, please don't do that, you know. And I reasoned and I said, you know, I can't be selfish. I can't be selfish and kill myself and leave my mother without her only child. So I sucked it up, and as depressed as I was for a couple of years, I put up with it, you know. But then I'm not gonna say, you know, things happen for a reason, because I don't believe in that. You know. But you know, now, you know, 10 years later, I mean, I married last year, I have a baby, and now it's like nothing. Honestly, I milk it on you know what I mean. If I don't feel good or people are cleaning, I'm just like, I'm tired, you know. People are like, oh, sit down, you know. So I gotta take advantage, you know. But it's not really a big deal to me. There's only one thing that I guess messes me up a little bit, is my independence as, you know, driving. I used to drive all the time, but now there's Uber, there's Lyft, you know what I mean. This world is meant for blind people. It is so easy to just be stuck in your house and do absolutely nothing. You can order anything online, you know. But you know, it has been a rough road in the beginning, but honestly, you know, after the first 3-4 years, it's when it started getting better. You know, your body does adjust to something very traumatic. I don't even know how to say that word. Traumatic, you know, happening to you. They say losing your vision, losing a limb, or losing a loved one is one of the most stressful things ever that you can go through. And you know, and I get it, you know, but I'm here. I'm not gonna say, you know, I hate when people say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Oh my God, I hate that. I hate when people say that. But you know, I'm here because I'm strong, you know. And that's just the way that I was built, I guess. There's so many things that has happened before that has happened after, you know what I mean. A lot of bad things, but you know what, I'm here, and I suck it up, you know. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm willing to ask anything, answer anything. You think anything else, babe?
No, not off the top of my head.
I think that really sums it up. Oh, and my cousin wanted me to share this. So when I did lose my vision, I think it was, let me see, I went to the hospital on a Sunday, and yeah, I lost my vision that Monday, completely blind. And do you want to know what my cousin got me? She got me a parrot with a patch on it. The infamous Veronica. Of course, I'm over here just, oh my gosh. No, she decided to give me a parrot with a patch. No, she's right over there. Anyways, but yeah, you guys, that is my story. I am willing to share other stories with you because, like I said, I've been through so much. But you know, one story at a time. Hopefully, I can make another video. But yeah, I think that's it. See you guys later.